So there's lots of birds in Tasmania. There's about 180 different species that are here all of the time. And you can see birds of all these different species in loads of different places. You can see them everywhere. Farmland, suburban, freshwater, coastal, dry eucalypt forest, wet eucalypt forest. Down at the coastline, so at the beach or at cliffs, you can see birds like gulls, so the little silver gull, cormorants, which are diving birds that often dry their wings out before they go to sleep, waders, like the oyster catcher, and probably a seagull down by the coast, or even a pelican. So there's some of the birds you might see at the coast. On farmland habitats, you'll see things most commonly like forest ravens, the white cockatoos, so the sulphur-crested cockatoo, the little corella and the long-billed corella, and also the raptors you're most likely to see down on the farm are your brown falcons and maybe a hobby if you're lucky. In towns and cities, where most of you probably live, you're most likely to see birds that probably actually shouldn't be here. They're from where I'm from, on the other side of the world, and you've got things like blackbirds, which only the males are black actually, the others are brown. You've got sparrows and you've got starlings. So there's also forest habitats, and this gets a bit complex because there's different types of forest, wet forest, dry forest and rainforest, but even within these categories there's lots of other different types of forest, and different species of bird are more likely to be found in these different types of forest. So the sort of species you can see in different types of forest include yellow-tailed black cockatoos, which are one of my favourites. Different types of cuckoo, there's 4 different types. So you've got, we could just hear a minute ago in this dry forest, the shining bronze cuckoo, and you can also see now a pallid cuckoo. And lots of you will know the kookaburra. So grey fantails in the forest, also superb fairy wrens, so the males have got those beautiful blue heads that you've probably seen. Different types of robins, so scarlet robins, pink robins that are beautiful, and also most importantly wedge-tailed eagles will be seen out in the bush. In Tasmania we're really lucky to have awesome lakes and rivers, and these habitats, these freshwater habitats, also have certain types of birds that are associated with them. So you have kingfishers, which are beautiful, you've got herons, the white-faced heron, swans, loads of species of duck, and you'll also find species down by the water and freshwater that aren't typically called or known as freshwater birds. So we're really interested in raptors, and some raptors that you're likely to see down by the freshwater and rivers are grey goshawks, very commonly nest on blackwoods near rivers, and even the seagull, even though it's called a seagull, you often see them hunting in lakes. So with all of these species and all of these different habitats, we have different types of birds. We have introduced birds that humans have brought to Tasmania. We have native birds that are naturally found in Tasmania, and then within these native birds we have 12 very special species that are called endemic, and this means that they're found in Tasmania and nowhere else in the world. Of the endemics, they're not actually all rare, even though you might think they are. One of them is the native hen, or the turbochook, which you'll see quite commonly around Tasmania. Other endemics that you can often see include the yellow wattle bird, which is a bird with a long tail and it has these 2 dangly things by its beak. The black currawong, green rosella, and some species of honeyeater like the yellow-throated honeyeater. We've quickly looked at some different habitats and some of the different types of bird that you can see in those habitats. We've also touched on the differences between introduced birds, native birds, and then those special endemic birds. But this project is mostly focused on the wedge-tailed eagle and a group of birds that the wedge-tailed eagle belongs to called the raptors. And in the next video we're going to talk about the raptors and some of these birds of prey that you can find in Tasmania. Why Wedgie Why with me, James Pay. If you could be a Tasmanian bird of any species, which one would you be? And why Wedgie Why would you be that type of species?